I don't know why this was so powerful for me, but we woke up today after, what, 3 or 4 days of rain, stormy, windy, cold weather. And this morning, as I looked outside across to the mainland and inwards, there is a mountain called Pangeo, and it is this just beautiful mountain. It's just a beautiful mountain, kind of longish, coming up and coming down. And it happened that at a specific moment, when I looked out the window and I saw the morning sun hitting this snow-covered mountain. And here's the thing, I see it every day. Like, I see this mountain every day. For the past, I don't know how many years, I have seen the mountain snow-covered. I had seen it, fading off into the distance in the different layers of atmosphere, depending on what's going on with the weather. And in all of its forms, in the times of day, any solid structure changes depending on where the light is, what's happening with the light. Is it early morning light? Is it midday? Is it evening? The form, the solid form, like a mountain, a rock, a hill, whatever it is, will change. The beach. And the scene was absolutely phenomenal. Like, it was spectacular. The way the sun was hitting this mountain, the inundations of the shadow areas, of the colors. There were still clouds in the sky. It's not a clear blue sky today. It's the end of this 3-day storm, and it was phenomenal. So I ran inside, grabbed the camera to go and take a picture of it, and I did. I zoomed in. I did what I could with my iPhone camera, and came back out. Looked at the image, and it was blank. Nothing spectacular about the image. And it got me thinking how it's not the actual image of something that makes somebody go, wow. It's the entire experience of where you are on that particular moment when you see an image that makes you go, wow. So, for example, with this Pangeo Mountain, 3 days, 4 days, of being inside, of it being cold, of the hissing sound of the wood in the fireplace because it's been raining and the wood is soaked from the rain. The warmth and comfort that the fire brings, the food cooking on the wood stove in the kitchen, the various aromas wafting through the home, all these things, the sounds of the family coming together in the evening near the fire, talking, planning, hoping, laughing, the moments throughout the day when you notice that you're lost in your ego, or that you've said something that was unnecessary, and taking notice of these things. All of these moments in that 3-day storm period, where everything was gray and dark, and looking across towards the mainland, you couldn't even see this Pangeo Mountain, and everything, the feeling of, oh, when is this going to end? I want some sunlight, an uplifting, just, you're coming through all of these things, and then magically one morning you look outside and it's a partly cloudy day. The storm is breaking up, mostly cloudy still, let's put it that way. Things are breaking up, and then magically the sun happens to hit the snow-covered mountain in a particular way that, after 3 days of gray and rain and darkness and coming in and cocooning and all of those things that come with a storm, there is this awesome moment. And it would not have been such an awesome moment if there hadn't been all of these elements beforehand, building up and building up and building up, and this closing in and coming together, this cocooning. I love that word. This coming inward, and just being present to the life in the home during 3 days of a storm. And suddenly there is this newness. This is how I saw it, because of the elements coming together. If I showed the picture to you, you'd be like, oh, that's pretty. But none of the other things are there. So this often happens. We see a really beautiful, wonderful photo reference, and we want to recreate it. And yes, you can go in and do the realistic type thing and get everything in its place and just copy that reference photo. And that is a beginner's way to do realistic paintings. Copying, you just want it to look like the place, right? I want the sheep to look like the photo reference. And then when you understand the dynamics, the foundations of how to put that painting together, then you are able to put yourself into that painting experience. And maybe it's not of interest to you. And does it need to be? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Beautiful, in fact, incredible paintings are painted without any of this esoteric uncovering, this internal stuff that I love to do. But I contend that you cannot not put yourself into your artwork. And I really do believe that no matter what kind of painting you're doing, it's first coming from you. no matter what style or technique you are using, it is first and foremost your experience of creating this painting, whatever painting you're doing. So, in my world, when I understand why I'm painting this mountain, this Pangeo, and trying to recreate why this scene was so intense and so beautiful and so important and meant something to me, meant enough that I stopped to take a photo reference of it. And I am unsure if I can portray that same amount of awesomeness. Forgive the word, right? But it was awe-inspiring. If I could actually portray that in a painting, if I sit down and actually paint this mountain and paint the scene, try and put it together to create for someone else a minor version of that personal experience for me as the artist. It can only be a lesser version because it is my copy of what was happening in here, and it is a limited version of that creative moment. It is. However, when you have that energy behind what you're painting and you know your why are you painting this? Somehow, magically, that comes through into and onto your canvas for somebody else to connect with in some way. Whatever their experience is, they are bringing themselves and their experience into the moment when they're seeing this painting for the first time and going, wow. Perhaps they have had a similar day when they noticed this painting or this scene in a particular way that meant something to them, and it makes them connect to your why, the why that you painted it. So you have the why as an artist. Why am I painting this? And the viewer has the why do I love this? And the two merge. And that is how I imagine that creating art is a communal thing. It is something that will never go away. It will always be something that binds us together. So with that, my dear friends, be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful day. Hello, Corby. You made it at the very end. Yeah. We if you have time today, let's do this thing. I'm going to send you an email right now. Okay. All right. So it has been an exquisite morning, just an absolutely exquisite morning, and yeah, I'm all in my I'm all in the zone. I'm in that creative realm. I am very grateful sometimes, not always, very grateful to be here on this tiny little Greek island. So you guys, with that, we'll talk again tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.